On a harsh mining colony in the Delta Quadrant, a ragtag group of prisoners make a life-changing discovery in the premiere episode of Star Trek Prodigy Lost and Found. Before I go any further, please note this review may contain spoilers, so if you've not yet seen this episode or any episode of Star Trek Prodigy, this might not be the video for you. Let's warp into this. Yearning for a life away from the oppressive Tars Lamora mining colony, Dahl, a street-smart young prisoner, joins forces with a group of fellow captives when he stumbles upon a mysterious ship that could be their ticket to freedom. Standing in their way, however, is Dreadnought, the robotic representative of the Diviner, the colony's sinister ruler who has been searching for the same high-tech vessel the group are about to claim. Star Trek's 10th series and third animated show following the classic Filmation series and Lower Decks, Prodigy's premiere episode is an exciting and universally enjoyable first chapter in a show that feels fresh whilst retaining Trek's fundamental core values. I'm not sure why I put off watching this show for so long. It certainly wasn't the Nickelodeon Association and its kid show label, something I fear is responsible for turning off a section of fans. Prodigy does feel like a show that's flying under the radar right now, and that's a shame because it might just be the antidote for anyone tired of Trek's battle-tested formula. I've criticised Alex Kurtzman's Secret Hideout in the past for some questionable creative decisions, but putting this show in the hands of Kevin and Dan Hageman, best known for their work on the Lego Movie and Troll Hunters, already seems like a masterstroke. Visually, the show is gorgeous, with a bold and unique style of blended 2 and 3D animation, somewhat reminiscent of Sony's Into the Spider-Verse. Everything from the diverse character designs to the otherworldly environments feels rich, well thought, and adequately realised. Since its return to the small screen, Star Trek has consistently delivered visually, but this takes things to a new level and feels like a franchise liberated by an awareness of what animation can now achieve. Almost as impressive is the writing, which does an awful lot in a breathless 50 minutes. As with any decent first episode, Lost and Found wastes no time establishing the heroes, the villains, and the general plot, and while some of this did whiz by a little too quickly at times, it wasn't too exhausting keeping up with all the exposition. As the show's central protagonist, Dahl is perfectly fine, although I can see how the character's hyperactive goofball stylings might be grating for some viewers. Still, I found myself warming to him through the episode's quieter, more dramatic moments and Brett Gray's engaging voice performance. It's a character with a lot of growth potential, tailor-made to appeal to the demographic this show is going for. The rest of the show's refreshingly non-human cast is equally compelling, particularly Ella Purnell's Gwyn, whose murky motivations and close ties to the show's main antagonist make her a character more in keeping with Deep Space Nine than a show for 8 to 12-year-old children. It's this kind of unexpected complexity that surprised me the most. Prodigy is undeniably a show for kids, a fast-paced series primed to serve as a fun gateway to a universe full of forward-thinking ideas, the kind of Federation rhetoric a villain like the Diviner doesn't want his daughter, or anyone for that matter, immersing themselves in. But there's also an awful lot for adult fans to enjoy too. Aside from the surprising character depth, the prison, where universal translators are cruelly outlawed to perpetrate isolation and quell friendship, feels inspired by the icy Klingon hellhole Rurapente. The show's setting also allows for the return of the Kazon, which started some fun speculation as to where in the Delta Quadrant this is all taking place. More familiar alien faces turn up too, including a Tellarite engineer, voiced by the consistently excellent Jason Mantzoukas, a zombified Lurian, and, in an exciting deep-cut reference, the first appearance of the non-corporeal Medusians since the original series' third season episode, Is There in Truth No Beauty? At no point does this feel like a rushed product, something cheaply thrown together simply to take advantage of the Trek IP. Lost and Found marks the beginning of an exciting new chapter for Star Trek, a mold-breaking adventure with a quadrant of potential that should provide plenty of thrills for kids and adults alike. As good as it is, however, Prodigy will only succeed if Star Trek's older legions of fans get on board and champion it. I was late to the party, and I imagine plenty are still debating whether or not to get on board. If this is you, I hope this review is the recommendation that convinces you to give this truly promising show a try. I'm giving Lost and Found 4.5 stars out of 5. But what did you think of this episode? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Star Trek content like this coming soon. Until next time, I'm the TrekLad. Live long and prosper.